Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a quick video just to talk about how we actually go about setting up the spacebar text for Star Trek. So this is a supplementary guide to the How to Make Science 2 video that you're seeing now. So this is not done in-game, this is out of game. You've seen the in-game part, what it looks like in terms of the bars in bar 7. This is all about the spacebar.text. So there is a website, I'll put this in the description, called the Hilbert's Guide, or hilbertguide.com, which is used by a lot of the PvPers. It goes through a lot of cool stuff there. It's a bit out of date now, but the one that you really want is the spacebar.text file. My one's slightly edited, so I'll put mine up as well. The reason I put my one up is because if you download, and in fact I'll just show you this one here, it will do the fire all command, which I don't want. So I want it to execute things, but I don't want it to do fire all. So my one doesn't have the fire all, so just to make it easier on you guys, I will put a copy of what you need to put in the text file. In fact, I'll show you mine. Here's mine here. I'll put that in the description, so you guys can just cut and paste it into your own file. But you can see what it looks like. It's not really too fancy, but essentially this is just executing by the trace. So do you remember in the video we showed you each tray? This just executes by the tray in that tray 6 or tray 7. I can't remember which one it was now. I think it's tray 6 and 7. Tray 6 might be tray 6. It just executes everything in that tray, and that's all these commands are actually doing. So it's binding that to your spacebar. So space, you can see, is here and it's bound. So it just keep on hitting space, and you'll basically bind to that. The tricky bit is actually finding where to put it. It does tell you here in the guide. It basically needs to go to wherever you saw it. So in my case, I'm under STO, Star Trek Online, and it needs to go particularly into your live folder. So your live folder will look something like this. We'll have cryptic and all that stuff in there. There's mine there, because that's where it needs to be for the game to actually see your file. So you need that in there, and that is what's going to do your key bindings. It's very, very straightforward. You don't need any more than that. Of course, any questions, leave me a comment and we can go through it in a little bit more detail, but it's a very short and sweet guide. Link to the website will be in the description as well for the Hilbert guide, and you can fill up the tray then and put all your abilities in. You could use it for weapons firing if you fancy that you want to use the weapons firing. I don't do it generally. I use my X key to do my weapons firing, but it is up to you if you want to have weapons firing all the time. There are occasions when you don't want your weapons to be firing. Obviously you see auto fire is turned on here, so I leave it up to you. There's some other good bits in here about targeting friendly players. You can use F1 key to select yourself. You can use F2 to 5 to select players on your team. So if you're wondering about those heals and signing them to members of your team, that's what the F function keys are actually for. So you've got a lot of good stuff in this guide that you might want to follow. Power Set's kind of explained already, but I've already gone through that with you in the video. So any other questions, leave in the comments, and we will see you guys in the next episode, which is episode 3 of How to Make Science, which I believe, if from memory, was gear. So we're going through a little bit more, no, not gear, sorry, abilities. We'll be going a little bit more into abilities and stuff in the next episode. So this is Bane, as always, shining out from this very, very short but sweet guide.